guys. Welcome to the roundtable, or welcome back if you're already a member. We are happy to see you. We're happy that you're here. If you're not here yet, you better tap in because you're not going to want to miss this juicy news we've got for you. Tonight, we have a panel that you're not going to want to forget, but let me welcome, first of all, Spanx Contreras. Oh, good to see you. He says, let's rock and roll. Jen, Denise, and Casa. One thing tonight is, my hair looks crazy right there. Denise is a little under the weather, so she's going to be back next week. So I do have a special guest, though, and Casa is in the house. We have my amiga, Mrs. Chicano, too. Hello, beautiful. Jenny Selby, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Shout out San Diego. 408 Sanho, how are you? Respects. There she is, our sis right there. She's supporting from the sidelines until next week, and she has an amazing topic that we're going to touch on that was her idea. So hang tight, you guys. Let me bring in the crew. We have got the man of the hour. Here we go, House of Tattoos.
Hello,
Welcome.
hello, Jen. How you doing, man?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just
Good.
here.
Good to see you. I missed
Hey,
you.
sorry for missing
Yeah.
last week, but I'm here. I'm back again.
Yeah. You came back with the guns out. Yeah. I see it.
Keep
Looking
back with the
good.
guns down, man. What's up?
That's right. That's
It's
right.
actually warm over here, Jen. It's pretty
It's
warm over
hot
here.
here. It's warm here too.
Yeah. So
I
I
know.
said, man,
I was
yeah,
like, man, it's warm here. Let's
I'm just comfortable shorts and
right. Let's.
hello, Brenda
I
Love.
know.
Shout out to Miss Chicano
Yeah,
too.
we got the
Everybody.
whole house already. Yeah, we got Spanx, and then let's bring in our guest co-host. We have Fred. There we go from Two Face
Hey guys,
Entertainment. Hey, Fred, thanks for
hey
being
guys,
on with
hey
us
guys.
again. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Good to
Good to
see
see you
you.
guys, man. Hello to everybody.
I
Welcome back,
know.
house man. I'm glad you're doing better, bro, from the last time.
Yeah, I am. Thank
You
you.
were under the
Thank
weather,
you, brother.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then Chicano too. You know, Christine, and hey, hi everybody.
yeah. We got a
Good to be
Yeah.
here. Thank you.
yeah. We
Spanx.
got everybody
Send
pouring
my
Oh
in.
yeah,
brother.
yeah. No, shout out to
Yeah,
Spanx, man.
yeah.
For
You know
real.
what? I want to say this off top, and I know you guys will agree. Shout out
Yeah.
to Spanx and Pearl Contreras for like showing the standard of what it's like to be there for your community, for your friends, and showing up
Yeah.
for our, loved one, our homeboy Sonny, when he was not
Yes.
feeling
Yes.
well.
Shout out
And
to Sunny.
what much love for that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen.
And I just wanted
Jen,
to
can you
show.
hear me? Jen, can you hear
I
me?
can hear you, but you're
Yes, man.
frozen. I can
Yeah,
hear
why?
you,
Let me
but
let
you're
me
froze. I'm not sure.
I don't know why
You
either.
want to tap
Hold on
out,
a
tap
second.
back in?
Hey,
Let me
Denise.
Okay.
let me try it again.
Okay. Let's
It's
see.
still frozen?
Thank you guys for tapping in with us. We've got some good stories. Yeah, you're still frozen,
I'm not
but we
frozen.
can
Uh,
hear.
how do I tap
All
out? I just
right.
tap out or kick me out and then I come back on
You
or
want me
what?
to drop you? Let
Yeah,
me drop
well
you from
then
the.
where do I go back to the link, the same link?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
let's
Go
do
back
that.
to the same link.
Let's do that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, it's kind of tripping right now, the whole thing.
Okay. Like,
Hmm.
hopefully that will work. We'll see how that goes. I know that the
Yeah,
internet's kind of funky on my end too, so it might be from my place.
yeah,
But
yeah. No, it's
yeah,
over
we
here
got
too as well. It's
JoJo
kind
AZ.
of.
Right, we're gonna get it
Mhm.
started, guys. Jesse Baca. Let's see, Jenny Selby. It's so good to see everyone. Sis, how are you
Oh yeah, yeah.
feeling? Yeah, I know. She's a little under the weather, but she's gonna be good.
No, yeah,
Let's
definite,
see. Yes.
definite.
Hey,
That's
it's
good to see
warm,
you.
huh?
Yeah,
In
it
in
got
our
warm
area.
today.
Okay, here we go. There
Cool.
we go.
I don't know what happened, Jen. It just went off all of a
Okay,
sudden.
cool.
Okay, let's try our angle like this. We did this last week, and I think it was Paul from LA Times. He said, "Yeah, that looks better or looks good." So let's do it. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, it looks cool.
Let's
But
see if it.
yeah, it looks cool, right? But it's so
Hey,
good to
good.
see you guys. Let's kick this off. Go ahead, Fred.
Oh no, no, no. I'm checking myself out over here. That's the
Okay.
thing. Hold on a
Okay.
You know
Oh, there
second.
you
what?
go.
I want to
It's
say something because I was hearing
like
you
I'm
when
looking
you were
at me.
talking, but you couldn't see me. But I do want to give a shout out to Spanx and Pearl, man, for doing that and helping Sonny Boy out, man. not to
Yeah,
go
no,
back.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Hey,
you know what? I'll
that's
say
good.
this too as well. Oh, go ahead, House. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I want to say, yeah, man. Hey, you know what? It was a wonderful thing, and we saw. I think I can speak for everybody that, he went and took
Mhm.
Sonny Boy some caldo and stuff and some chopped
Right.
ramen and stuff. Hey, man, that's awesome, bro. That's
Yeah,
that's good, man. Thank you for that.
It definitely is. So, and we're still praying for you, Sonny. Keep resting,
that's
healing
right.
up,
That's right.
Definitely,
and
definitely.
I just want to say that, like, I'm so glad I opened this drink offline because this is the second time I've done this. I put my sparkling water in here, right? But I put the lid on closed already, like that. And right before I had you guys on, I opened it and it splattered in my face. Just,
Oh, wrong
yeah,
deal.
we weren't live yet. But can you imagine if we were live? I'm like, oh, that would have been so ugly, too. Yeah, that moment would have lived
That was
on
nothing good.
forever.
Hey,
Not
and the
good.
show
Yeah.
must go on, Jen. The show must go on.
Yeah, the show must go on. Here we are. But let me just start out with you, House, because we missed you last week. We know it was an exciting time in your family, and whatever
Yeah.
you can or are willing to share of those precious moments, we'd love to hear about it.
Well, it was a blessing, man. I mean, you know what? I had to step up to the plate and do what I had to do as a father and walk her down the aisle. And it was a
Mm-hmm.
blessing, you know. Uh, I got to see family members that I haven't seen in a long time because, after my mom died, well, our family just kind of split apart, you know. But then I saw people there
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't seen in years, and even some that I remember they were little, and now they're like 18 years old or 19, you know. And I'm like, dang. But it was a blessing, man. My daughter, she got married. All my grandkids are beautiful and looking handsome. She was looking beautiful. Uh, they had a celebration, you know. The only thing that went wrong that day, and I told her, get your money back, man, as the limo got pulled over by a cop. And that police officer wasn't very nice and was holding them up for the longest time. I'm already at the destination where we're supposed to take pictures, in front of the lake and everything, right? Nice area.
Mm-hmm.
And
The venue.
got calls saying, yeah, it's not going to happen because we're pulled over by the CHP, the police officer, and it's already been over 30 minutes and time's running out because they're on a schedule, this and that. And so it kind of ruined it, man. So when we were driving back to the destination, we seen them still pulled off on the side of the road, so we pulled up behind them. And when we pulled up behind him, I was going to get off and talk to the police officer, right? And then all of a sudden, he just got in his car and then he took off, and I'm like, well, what's up, So I asked the driver what was going on, and he basically says that his registration wasn't up to par, but it was. But he held him there for the longest time. But other than that, man, the day went beautiful. I was very happy to see her. I did the toast, and my daughter started crying and stuff, and
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
I started off.
Yeah.
I'll be good at this because I saw Wedding Crashers over 100 times,
Oh,
So
no.
Oh, dude.
but it was a good thing, man. It's all good.
Dude.
Good things, man. Good things, man. I had
Yeah,
fun.
that's good.
Good, man.
That's a blessing.
Congratulations too, man. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you, bro. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Shout out to your
You know
daughter
what's kind of
and
weird though,
son-in-law, the
Jen?
grandbaby,
Yeah, you
and
know what's
you.
kind of weird though is now she's a Zamora now, and it's like she's not
Oh,
a
she put the
grandma
last
anymore.
name.
Yeah. So she's
Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
But
such
it's
a
a blessing.
beautiful thing. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That was definitely,
Yeah.
you gained a son.
Yeah.
And that's
And you know what? Like I said in the speech, man, he's a good man, and not only is he a good man. I've seen how hard he works for his family. I see what he does. I mean, he's trying to give his life for the kids and everything. And it's a blended family, and to see the blended family of 8, it's like wow. And it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
definitely
So,
is. I love that. Congratulations to you. And
Yeah, thank
no,
you.
if you don't mind
Congratulations.
me asking,
Yep, yep. There's
if you
more.
don't mind me asking though, is this your first daughter or you
No,
got
my
other ones?
second. I have two daughters.
Oh, okay.
One of them's already married,
Oh,
and this one just got married. Yeah.
man, I have
So
three,
it
dude.
was the typical Mexican thing where the kids are already grown up, and then they,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, it's
But
cool.
Hey,
I mean,
man, did my and
yeah,
you know what I learned that day? My grandson. It was a moment for me. My grandson was putting on grandpa's suspenders on me, on the back. 'Cause I couldn't get them.
oh,
So my grandson,
I
he came and he started, I'll help you, Grandpa. And he comes in the back and clips them on, bam, bam. And I put them on. I said, man, that was a moment for me. Heck yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
I hope you got pictures of
Yeah.
that. If not, you'll keep
Yeah.
it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That really was important right there, man.
yeah. Most
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
definitely. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I'm happy to hear about it. We're wanting to know how it went. So that's sounds beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
It went
see.
great.
It definitely sounds like it did. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
announce in just a minute here. I'm gonna hear what Fred. We're gonna all hear what Fred's week was like, and then we'll announce the winner of the 50th episode contest. Cultura Cafe was kind enough to pass that winning that he placed forward up for grabs. So I redrew the numbers and Ruby picked out a number for me, and I'm going to name that person in just a moment. But Fred, let's hear about your week. Did you?
Well, that week was again long. No, well, no, it was good. Pretty much, I was home alone for a little bit, but then my son he came back from Sacramento, and on Sunday, so really that was it. We got to spend time, and yesterday we
No.
spent time and stuff. And again due to my injuries, I've had a lot of appointments. Really, it's just business
Mhm.
stuff, business
Yeah.
appointments and stuff. But then my compadre, shout out to my compadre Marty. Um, I help him out when I can since he lives across the street. Excuse me.
Mhm.
And yeah, man, we gotta help each other out. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
no spring chickens no more. And some of us are got a little bit, got a little bit more to handle, and it's good to be there for your friends, and for your loved ones. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Most
no,
definitely.
I stay busy. I stay busy. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We're
You
no
Yeah.
have
spring
to,
chickens, man. I know how that is.
Right? No,
Yeah.
yeah, man. It's just you gotta help each other out, man, because
Yeah.
it gets
That's
tough,
right.
man, when you're going through some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No
That's right.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say good to everybody in the chat, man. Denise, Cultura, West
No,
Carson, Big D, Monica,
Love
everybody
you,
else, man. I want to
no,
say
yeah,
Cultura.
Brenda, everybody.
West
yeah.
Carson, Brenda. That's right. So
Oh,
let me
hey,
see
lovely.
here. I don't think I see the winner in the chat, but just in case, well, maybe he is. Okay. Well, you know what? I see the name because people are saying the name, but that's because a coincidence. Somebody on the panel tonight has the same name. But if
Oh,
somebody can let Floyd Chavez Sr. know, he won the 50th episode prize. So if he does not tap in tonight, let him know to hit me up here or through one of you guys or on
I got
Instagram
his
and I'll
number.
make
I'll call him. I'll give him a
okay,
call. You
let him know
I
he's
will.
the lucky winner
Well,
and he
Brenda's
can
got
do
that. Brenda's got it.
there you
Brenda's
go.
got it.
cool. Congratulations,
There you go. So he can do a gift card. Yeah, yeah, congratulations.
yeah.
Gift card,
Congratulations.
Venmo or Cash App. Yep. Shout
Yeah.
out. Thank you for your support. And we are going to make sure that gets to you. So, with that said, let me hear a little about what's going on with this gangster Drake
Oh
getting
man.
his pad shot up. Fred, what's up with that? Do you know
Well,
anything?
you know what, man?
Anyone?
I told them. No, not for real. No, no. You know what, man? I honestly, as I saw it and stuff, like the stuff that was going on, I thought it was I thought it was pretty sad, man, that stuff is going on, especially at this time and at their
Right.
age. I know they're not in their 20s, they're a little older. And
Yeah.
when you think about it, when you think back to the Tupac and Biggie and all this other stuff, they were in their 20s. They were early 20s, mid 20s, that, these are
Mm-hmm.
grown men. These are fathers already. It's like, what are you doing? And then the way, and I'm not going to blame the media guys, but I think it's just sad of the way it's portrayed too, though. But it's not the media's fault. This
Mm-hmm.
is the fault of the people doing it. Um,
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, rapper, Kendrick. I mean, Drake, and then he's had a beef with Kendrick Lamar. They're bringing him up like by name,
Yeah.
and it to me, honestly, and I'll be really forward about it. It sounds pathetic. It's like, like really, like it's
Mm-hmm.
just not to say that they're blaming him. I'm just saying the whole situation in general, which leads me back into be careful what you say on the internet, what you say on records, and how you say things to people because
Mm-hmm.
it may not even have been him. Now it just the finger points right at him, and I'll pause right there. That's how I tend to look at it, and
Yeah.
I just think it's sad. You know,
Yeah. The last thing I heard or I seen, because I don't really don't know too much about it, but I
yeah.
seen that they were talking or they were meeting up somewhere or something like
Mhm.
that. They were going to put things to closure. I
I'm
don't know.
not sure. I
Oh,
know they shot
maybe.
a security guard,
I'm
and he
saying,
was in critical condition.
yeah, because
Yeah,
that's
they
Okay.
hit a
Yeah.
security
That's.
guard.
I glanced at and I seen it, but I really didn't pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to it. But wow, what a trip!
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I just,
Yeah.
I think it's sad that this person's fighting for his life over something like that, and I mean they don't know where it really came from. It could have been some clout chasers that just say, let's go do it, and they'll blame it on.
Yeah.
But I'll pause for a little bit, let you guys go, and then I'll say more
Yeah.
about
Just
what I think about that.
there we go. Just if anyone's lost on, I should have did a little better intro on that. Just touching briefly on some music stuff because Fred has a history with knowing music, rap industry stuff, and I guess today there was a incident in Canada, Drake's home, whatever high rise, whatever he lives in, where his security was, fired at and harmed, and is in
Yeah,
serious condition. And I guess there's a rap beef between him and Kendrick Lamar, whatever, something like that. And people are just saying like, did it have something to do with that? Was it something else? What's the real deal? So
yeah.
we're just briefly touching on that before we
No, yeah,
jump into some other things.
Crazy.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
That's a lot of people are resorting
Yeah.
to that. That's sad.
yeah.
Right?
It's
Like Modern Entertainment
yeah,
says right here, he wanted attention, he got it. Trying to be a
yeah.
gangster is going to get you nothing,
There you go.
right?
Hey, shout out to
Like,
Mud Ant, man. Shout out to Mud Ant. He's a good dude, man. MC Shadow, man. Like, hey, shout out to you,
yeah,
brother. Yeah,
definitely
definitely.
check that
I,
channel
you
out
know
for
what? And I
sure.
think it's. I just think too, though, that I don't understand how they're gonna go to a place, and really anywhere. It's not just because it's a high end place, where he lives, but there's cameras everywhere nowadays. So
Yeah,
they already said they got the
yeah,
camera, they got they're saying they got footage
hmm
of the car and this and this and that. It's pretty hard to get
right.
away with anything nowadays. I mean, I think that's
Yeah,
that's
especially
what
you're
I just don't
Agree.
it's
understand
like you're
why.
you're doing a yeah, you're doing a drive by at a rich person, like a very wealthy person's pad.
Yeah,
They're gonna have
yeah,
cameras.
exactly.
You're not going to the hood
Yeah.
and yeah,
That's crazy. But
right?
You
hey, I
know,
agree with you there, man. Some
no,
people
For
take it that
real.
way. Some people do, but
you know,
now these
and,
days,
and,
man,
and
Yeah,
it's
it's not
crazy.
the '90s no more, man. There's cameras everywhere now. There's
Oh
even
yeah.
cameras in the hood. And it's just times have changed, and I just hope it doesn't. And I really shouldn't go out there and say this, but I just hope it doesn't start a trend to where people do that. You know what I mean? Just because
mm,
it's like ever since the whole Tupac thing, I think it slowed down after 96, 97, after the whole Tupac and Biggie
yeah,
situation, because it got real, if you will. It was like, oh wow, like this leaked into the street, into real life. It didn't stay on records. And
Yeah.
I just think it's sad, man. I think it's sad that it's supposed to be. If you look at hip hop, it's supposed to be peace, unity, love, and having fun. And if you have
Yeah.
something to say on a record, I mean, okay, it should stay there. You know, it's a battle, if you will. But people are taking it serious now, and nobody wants to fight or what do they say? Not catch a fade or anything. They just, it's they try to end it fast. I think it's not. I don't think it's cool. I just don't. I don't agree with it.
And the sad thing is about it is people are going to be
Yeah.
hurt, and they
Thank
don't
you,
stop
Julio.
at
You
the
guys.
consequences.
No,
That
yeah,
what's going to really happen,
Mhm.
because you know what? If you get caught, your life is gone, and other people that love you are going to have to suffer as well.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
most
you think about
definitely.
it. You're sitting you're sitting in prison, if you will, in 15 years, and be like, nobody even cares about that no more. You're still sitting there. You know what I mean? It's like it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. The whole,
Right. Yeah, most
Crazy.
definitely. It does not. Yeah.
the whole
Shout out to
drive
Julio.
by
I have to
and
say that real quick. You guys
oh,
show Julio some love in the chat. He comes through,
Oh yeah,
all
supports,
look
right,
at
all
that.
and
right. Thank you,
Thank
definitely
you,
Rocky.
Julio. I just
Definitely,
seen that. Yeah.
the
yeah.
Gracias for
sponsor of tonight's show.
doing it
Thank
right
you.
there.
Oh,
Appreciate
definite.
you.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
need to
hope
get a
it's
little
not a
bell.
trend.
Ding, 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 ding. Ring a
Right.
bell.
I
No, I
know.
know.
Maybe I will
Yeah.
get a little bell or something.
No, yeah.
That would be
That'd be
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope it's not a
Yeah.
trend in that, with the music stuff either or anything else for that matter. It's crazy that, somebody would do that, but it happens every day. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
Mod
Yeah.
Entertainment said, if you want to play gangster, it's nothing good's going to
Yeah.
come of it. So be careful
Yeah.
what comes out of your mouth, what you rap
Yeah.
about, what you speak on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. Because
most
people
definitely.
will
Those
test
are
you for
all,
it. You see you, and
Yeah, you're
yeah,
it's
absolutely
like,
right.
man, that's not even cool.
for sure, for
Like
sure.
like on social media, guys, like on the internet. I'm like 6'5". You know, but in real life, I'm 5'6". But anyways, I'm just saying.
Right. Me too.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I'm
I'm just
not
I,
really
saying.
I,
short.
was,
I'm pretty tall.
I was gonna say, how do you fit in that mini truck, bro?
Right. I know.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Since, since you brought up height, I'm gonna fess up to something that I've been really embarrassed about, and I've
Uh-huh.
actually kind of been in hiding the last week. You
Uh-huh.
guys want to know why? Well, I'm
Sure.
gonna tell you anyways. So,
Uh-huh.
um, so I, I'm like pushing 5'2". I'm on the shorter side, but I was trying to get the cereal off of the refrigerator for my daughter Wednesday morning, the morning
Mm.
after the round table.
Okay.
I wasn't tall enough to see there was a shorter, like, jar right in front of that container. So
Oh
when I
no.
put the wooden spoon to pull it forward, it fell,
Ah,
hit me. You guys, I've had two black eyes for the last week, and I thought
wow.
Wow.
I broke my nose. Yeah, I mean, I have
Wow.
makeup on, but you could still, like, if my makeup was off, you guys would be like, Jen, what happened? It's
Oh
not
wow.
bad, but yeah, but
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to San Jose on Sunday, and I mean, I've been up in the house and hiding because I'm like, I look crazy. I look like somebody
Wow.
kicked my butt. And
I'm
then
sorry you
to
had to go
tell the
through that,
story,
man.
Hey, did one of
yeah,
Cholo Trucker's punches slip and catch you?
I wasn't supposed to say nothing, but for the right price. Yeah, but yeah, that was crazy. That's like my second experience with something like that happening. One time I tried to pull a towel off of the back of a door, and the
Oh,
whole
geez.
metal thing came. I think I'm
Oh,
just
shit.
gonna purchase a stool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
purchase a stool. That'll help me.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
No, you're there.
accidents like that do happen. When I was younger, I had this
Yeah.
one rubber band thing with like you put under your foot, and you could put it under your foot, and you use the other part and you curl it, right? So I was like this. I was
Yes.
before going to school. I was,
Oh, good.
and I was pulling it up, and my foot slipped up, and it went, bam! I just saw stars, bam!
Oh,
And I gave me a shiner,
dude.
so everybody's all like,
Yeah.
"Who beat you up?
Mhm.
Who beat you up?" You know.
I know. And I
Just
just knew it.
yeah,
I'm like, man, yeah, where was
yeah.
I at? And I think it was when I went to the pharmacy, I like kept my sunglasses on. Plus, I had like a beanie on that day, and somebody was following me around. I just knew it was security because they're like,
You look
this lady
suspicious
is,
there, huh?
No, but
yeah, because it was not
nobody came
cold.
up and said, "You
I
need
just,
help? You need help?" You
Hey,
know.
oh, she's
they're
Yeah.
like,
wearing Jack Heels and a beanie, huh? Jack
Yeah.
Heels and a beanie.
right?
You're like,
But hey, I could have been worse, right? Definitely could have been
Yeah, you
worse.
can't even
So
tell, Jen. You can't
yeah,
even tell.
I
no
know, right?
mandated,
Hey, I had to pack it on.
no mandated
Yeah,
reporter came up to you and asked you if you need help, like what's going on, right? And we, yeah, it could happen
right.
though. It could happen, you know. Wow.
No, it was all good after that. So those dang, what was the cereal too? I told my daughter felt so bad after. She's like, "Mommy, are you okay?" I'm like,
Oh,
my nose didn't bleed, but it like instantly my eyes swelled up. So got
Wow,
me just right.
yeah.
man, that's
But
crazy.
No,
oh, oh well, we're good. We're all good though, on the mend. But let's see the story that I wanted to bring up real quick, and just a little trigger warning. I don't want anyone to be shocked or offended by it. There's a lady
mm,
that was married to a preacher out of South Carolina,
oh
and
yeah.
she actually came up in that church, allegedly, from different bits and pieces I picked up from videos. Mica Miller was her name, R.I.P., rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And she was married to the pastor of this church, right? And they found her unalived at a park in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of started looking into this, and this story has gone viral. It's like all over
Yeah.
the place. And the reason being is um, she was going through a divorce. She was in the midst of a divorce with this pastor. And
That's true.
oddly enough, this pastor would make a lot of his sermons, or several of them anyways, about his mentally ill wife and her
Wow.
issues and how he had to admit her into a mental institution and the medications she has to be on, what a burden it is for him to bear. And right, Jolo? So
Mhm.
um, it's it's become like quite the scandal because when they in the police report it says they reached out to this pastor PJ, they call him, to let him know
Mhm.
they had found his wife unalived and asked him if he would come to North Carolina, to talk about what happened. Did he want to know? Well, ironically, he was with his new lover
The
or
new
girl
that's the
who,
third one. And that's the three girl, right?
yes, who he
Yeah.
had
Wow.
ironically did the funeral for her husband just a couple years previously at his
Yeah.
church. He did the funeral for her husband, and they got close and were comforting each other and
Well,
comforting each
I'd
other
say
through
like,
both. The,
like
I don't know. Hey, I'm not trying to. It's just like one of those things, but I feel like okay, it could be one or the other. There's a lot of her videos out there where she talks about, hey, I'm struggling, this and that, but there is a certain video, and I can kind of relate to it in a way where she sounds a bit cryptic where she's talking about what she's going through, like she wants to say it but she can't really say it, you know what I mean? So she's
Mm-hmm.
speaking
yeah.
of like the third person, like, if somebody is being abusive to you, that's, you shouldn't feel bad for divorcing them, or you shouldn't feel like you have to stay, or they're forcing you to take a substance and you don't want to, or like bringing up all
Mhm.
and different things that you could
Yeah.
tell she's like, I don't know, for me personally it feels like she's trying to put something out there just in case something happens to me kind of video.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like a lot of people are undecided. Did she really do this? Right, I'm sorry, I'm laughing, I'm reading the comments too. It's totally
No,
not
no,
anything to do with this story, but
it,
it's about
no, no,
the cereal attacking me. Um,
no. It,
did she really harm herself? Did he push her so far that she harmed herself, or did he hire someone to
well,
do it?
Well,
uh, I I heard on the one of
Thank
the news things that it said, thank you. One of the
Yeah.
they said that she had said or told her sister or somebody that if they found her unalive, that it wasn't by her own doing. And she said it's
Yes.
JP, right? That it was her husband. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, and they said there's a lot of stuff out there where she was kind of putting it out there. I guess in
Yeah.
social media and stuff, and
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not sure what it sounds sketchy. It sounds very sketchy. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it
Well,
sounds
didn't
very
he
sketchy.
didn't he do a couple of sermons prior to? I mean, he knew about what happened to her because what they were saying is that she was hit in the back of the head, shot. Well, I don't know how they said. I don't want to use those graphic words, but
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
wound to the back of the head. But
Hmm.
he was saying she was self inflicting it. It was self
yeah,
inflicting.
Yes. Thank you
self-inflicted.
for
Yeah,
bringing that up,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
here's another part that makes this story really odd and really poor taste, if any, just putting it lightly. The very service that he performed to let his congregation know that they're, I mean, the way we grew up is like, that's your first lady, that's your pastor's wife, you treat her with respect. And pastors' wives have to
yeah.
deal with a lot, actually, a whole lot.
Mhm.
But the sermon that he's preached for a full hour, and a sermon where he did not bring up anything about her
yeah,
until
yeah,
after the sermon. During that
Mhm.
sermon, if you go back and look, he was kind of joking and talking about, like, oh yeah, 300 years from now, your great 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 whatever children are going to be saved because of, and I'm not mocking the word of God, I'm mocking, not even mocking, I'm telling you what this man was saying. He
hmm
Yes,
said they're going to be saved by my word, this tall, humorous, humble guy, like, just really, like, making himself sound like a hero,
yeah.
At the end of service, he goes, okay, I have an announcement. After this announcement, I want you to, when you leave the building, don't speak about what I announced
Hmm.
until you
He
are
did
out of
say,
this building.
Yeah,
he did say that.
And
Yeah.
then he
yeah.
says, yeah, he proceeds to say, I got a phone call, I think he said last night. Uh,
Hmm.
my wife is unalived. He used different
Hmm.
words, and it was
Yeah,
self-induced. That's the
yes,
exact wording he used.
Mm.
yes.
He
Yeah,
followed up right after that with, you all know she had severe mental problems, issues,
yeah,
was really hard to get her medication to her. I don't know how living in South or North Carolina would be hard to get your medications. I mean, there's pharmacies all over the US. I'm not sure
yeah,
what he meant by that, but it just struck me as a really distasteful, disrespectful, if anything. I mean, I could go further, disgusting way to tell
Yeah.
this congregation that his legal wife was no longer with them, and then tell them to leave and not talk about it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
went on and on.
yeah.
They were saying
No,
in
no.
the clip that you sent me that he was like not a rock star. They said like a celebrity, or because when somebody tried to approach the seat, they had her wait there because you're going to interrupt him, so you can't go over there to sit down in your seat
Mm,
again. So
Yes.
it's because like
Do you know
he
what?
was somebody of real big importance, and
yeah,
I
Yeah,
find that kind
and
of odd.
yeah.
right,
I, I, I
right. I
saw the whole
mean,
thing
go
too.
ahead.
Like he just really smug about it. Like yeah, you're right. Like it was just like a whatever thing to him, and
Mhm.
he didn't like no emotion whatsoever at all for anything. It
Yeah,
was just kind of
that's how
you
I
know,
saw it. Yeah.
he just kind of, yeah. I saw that too, and that was like disturbing. Like
Yeah.
because
And just to
It was.
kind of
That's
say
the
that,
big word. It was disturbing.
yeah, because
It
he
was
said,
I know
disturbing.
everybody acts differently, but if something happens to your wife, you're gonna be sad. Like my pastor when he had cancer, he was on the podium. I mean, up in there in the thing, and he shedded a tear because he had cancer. But see, to not show any emotion and stuff like that, something's not right.
and I mean, no matter what, even if obviously he was with somebody else or whatever, still, I don't think anybody can really wish that much on somebody else. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're still gonna have some kind of, not, you're gonna still feel a certain type of way, and be like, you know what? I mean, you don't want nothing like that to happen to anybody, regardless of the
No.
situation, you know.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I just found it weird. It just kind of creeped me out. Like I was just like, just to see him the way he was acting, like it was just, yeah, it was
Definitely.
sickening.
And just to kind of like piggyback off of what you said, House, that particular situation with that woman that was walking and his people approached her and asked her to sit down or something.
Yeah,
Somebody came forward and said that it was because that was a very attractive, voluptuous woman. And they actually told her, "You're going to distract the pastor. We need you to sit down."
but
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, this is like third, fourth party. This was a video I saw. Somebody's, so it could be gossip, could be rumors, but
yeah,
also it
yeah,
could be someone that knew he had an eye for the ladies and was like, "Hey, you need to sit
yeah.
down,
What's
sis."
the pastor's real
Yeah.
intentions? Like you were saying, he was grooming his second wife, right? Which is the one
Well, the
that passed
one,
away.
yes,
Yeah, because she was
yes.
going.
So the
Wow.
timeline is what people are really getting like disturbed by. So they met like in I think it 2009 or something. People looked that up, and she was only 30 at the time, of her passing, which was what, a couple days ago, a few days ago. So that
Yeah.
would mean she was 14 years old when they met, and he was like well into his 20s, married, had 5 kids,
Mm,
divorces that wife, and then ends up marrying this girl when she's like 21. So the rumors are that he was grooming her under his pastoral
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
God forbid if
Right.
it's true or not true. We're just speaking on a story that's been put out there and is viral. That's why we're talking on it
mhm,
and just getting your guys' input and feelings as well as our own.
Yeah.
So that's what really disturbed people as well, because they were like, that's a I think it was like 14-year age difference. It wouldn't matter if she was of age, but the fact that she was 14 when they first met and they were close friends at
right.
Yeah.
14,
That's
that is kind of, yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Strange days.
It's
We're
just,
praying for your dogs, brother. I did see your message
yeah, yeah,
and
yes,
I wrote it down. Just want you to know. Most
uh,
definitely. But yeah, her family wants answers. They're not happy with with people saying it was self-inflicted, and they're not happy with JP's behavior and his messages speaking on his wife's demise and her alleged mental illness. Also, one of the things I wanted to bring up was, do you guys feel like, if it comes to be that this is true and he didn't do it himself or hire someone, do you think it's possible that a person could be held responsible for pushing someone to that point of doing that and taking their own self out?
go ahead. Go ahead. Oh.
you know what? I've heard of cases like that, like you just mentioned, Jen. Somebody pushing them over and
Mhm.
to the limit, and then be put on, held accountable for it. But the way it was
Yeah,
said, how she would have a self inflicting, not a self inflicting, wound in the back of her head. How can you
yeah.
possibly do that? Like,
Yeah.
I,
That's,
I it,
you know,
it
Well,
doesn't make sense to
and
me.
now that's, yeah, that's being called
But
into question now too. So we'll find out if that's even true. If it is true, that was the first reports. and yes, they were going through a divorce. I see this put here. They were going through divorce. She had
Yeah.
just
It
filed,
was
and
a
I
week
believe
before
filed
she
a
filed
protection
the
order
papers.
against him. Wow.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think
Maybe
it's
he, yeah, maybe.
yeah. I don't.
Um,
Yeah. I don't. Well, I mean, yeah. So somebody be held accountable on that sense if they're going through a mental illness. I think so. I think so. It
mhm,
should be held accountable because you're pushing somebody to do something like that. But I mean,
mhm.
we're living in a time now too where there's a lot of help out there too, though. You know what I mean? If somebody's pushing to that,
That's true. That's true.
that's the other thing too. So there's really no reason for anybody to stick around for X
Mhm.
amount of time when there's stuff like that going on.
Yeah.
At some point or
Yeah,
another, we have there's
yeah,
people. The internet's one of the biggest things.
yeah.
You can get away. You can get out.
Right.
But going back
Yeah, and
again, the same situation, like Hal said, that's where it comes back to. I mean, it wasn't the wound was in the back of the head. I mean, it just makes no sense. It makes no
mhm.
sense that it was
Yeah. If
self-inflicted
that
or so.
if that turns out to be the case, they will,
Yeah.
research that. I'm sure they're already
You,
doing so.
you know
But
what,
like
Jen?
Bougie says,
Have you heard? Have you heard a while back when a girl was telling her boyfriend to go kill yourself, go kill yourself, and continuously? It was on the news. I can't remember how long ago it was,
yeah,
but he did kill him, and didn't they held her accountable for that?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Not at first, but they did go
Yeah,
back
yeah,
later on
yeah.
and they uncovered
They
all the text
started.
messages.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
charged her and she was found guilty.
Wow.
yeah,
I don't know what
Yeah.
exactly the charges were she was found guilty of, but some sort of responsibility for his demise. Just real
yeah,
quick,
yeah.
Bougie D said, some of these pastors are innocent. And I want to say that's true. Some of them are. A lot of them are
Mhm.
innocent. And a lot of them, I mean, it's 50-50 chance, right? I mean, he could have just been
Yeah.
a creep. Like he could have just been a perv. Just so
Mhm.
happens he was also a pastor. I mean, just because
Yeah.
there's a history of him womanizing or something doesn't mean he's a murderer. So we just have
Yeah.
to wait it out and just prayers to her family and anybody that was affected by her passing. That's terrible. And
Yeah.
see,
No,
Jenny
definitely.
Selby says sorry, the pastor did it. Yeah, it could be either way.
Well, yeah.
Yep. I just want to say the reason why I thought of that question though was because recently, not so much recently, the last few years, I had seen a couple cases that were about people who were held responsible for deaths due to bullying. And in a way, it seems like he was bullying through his
Mhm.
sermons he was preaching by speaking about her mental health. So that's kind of where my reasoning was with that question.
Was it
Yeah.
specific though on the mental health on what was going on with her? Though they didn't. Did they mention anything specifically of what it was? But that's all I know. They just said mental health, but it wasn't clear
I
on
don't
what.
know. Yeah, I don't know specifically about her diagnosis. He mentioned in a couple sermons, like she had several mental illnesses and that he himself had put her into a mental facility and had to have her admitted and held there. But I
Mhm.
don't know.
But
You know what I
didn't
mean?
she file for a divorce?
Yes, and a
Okay,
protection
so
order.
she filed for a divorce. Okay, so
Yeah.
that means that, hey,
But
there's something
to be
going on,
fair,
Yeah.
and then she
yeah,
was
to
found
be
killed
fair,
afterwards. Mhm.
yeah, right before, see, it's so confusing, but to be fair, right before we came on, I tried to check and see if there was anything, updated. And
Yeah.
there was a few videos updated where they had found footage of her going into a resale shop and purchasing, the hand GUN
Yeah. Okay.
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 and
I didn't see that.
Oh,
Okay.
ammo,
okay.
and
Oh,
there was
wow.
receipts for these things in her car. But then there was a man who was at the park where she was found at that said he heard her, cry out right before he heard the sound of the weapon. So there's just so many conflicting things coming into this story, and
Yeah.
Just want to send prayers and love out to everyone. And God bless her
Yeah.
heart if she was dealing with all this. I don't know how. That's got to be heavy, you know.
Yeah. No, definitely. You
How
know
would you
what, guys?
prove something like that?
No, yeah.
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 All right,
And you know
How
what?
Joel.
would you prove something like that? Right? What if
What was
someone
it?
killed themselves for you ending the relationship? That's true. What I'm sure what they'll do is they'll go back and go through her text messages, right? They're going to speak with the people who are closest to her, around her, especially those last few days. They will look at everything in her car. They're going to look at trajectory of the wound. All of this stuff is going to come into play
Oh
for
yeah.
the
I
final
wasn't
decision
laughing
of.
at that comment. I was laughing at his next one. He says
Oh,
all
okay. Let me
girls are
see.
little nuts. It's just
Yeah,
nature.
could it
Well, I
also
mean,
been because she wanted to end it?
wait,
She wanted to end
we
it
are,
too,
we are.
though, for that reason. I mean, maybe she really
You
loved him
never
that
know.
much, you know?
Yeah, that's the
It could be
comment I was
that too. It could be that heartbreaking for her.
laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be the first to say, I, yeah, I've done my fair share of crazy stuff, so I have no place to talk.
But you know what? It goes
Yeah.
both
But
ways. Men, I've seen men and women both saying like they go over
Yeah.
ending a relationship and stuff like that happens. Yeah. But there's
Mhm.
more to life than that. I don't
yeah.
know, man.
Yeah. There
Yes.
It's
definitely is. There definitely is. Yeah. Yeah. And guys can drive girls crazy or nuts. Yeah. And vice versa. Yeah. Most definitely.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
we'll kind of keep our finger on this story and, right, Jenny? And follow up with it. It's kind of something that's just out there and everywhere. So we wanted to make sure we touched on it for you guys and see what you guys thought of it as well. It's just like closing out on this part. I did want to say shout out to all the pastors' wives out there because that is a really difficult position to be in. It's not always loving and you know embracing. They have to deal with a lot of times a lot of conflict and things. I remember my
Hmm.
pastor's wife would have to deal with a lot of drama and stuff like that. And she was always so like eloquent and graceful about how she dealt with it. So I don't want to, make it sound like there's no love and grace and mercy for them
Yeah.
as well. And the good pastors, we need you guys. Shout out to you guys. So
Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
No, yeah.
Cholo, I says much love. We're not all crazy. Or not that crazy.
And you know what? It happens everywhere too, not just with pastors' wives. It happens with a lot of people too, though. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's just, it's just an unfortunate thing.
it
I think it's
is.
just,
It
I
is.
think
But it's
it's
real
a
life.
sad thing. Yeah, yeah. It's
Anytime
just,
there's
Yeah.
mental health,
It's real life.
seek help. Go seek
yeah,
help, and
yeah,
Yeah.
that's important.
Most
It's
definitely.
when you
And
don't.
I'll
But a lot of people now these days they don't want to seek help because they figure, oh, you're crazy or something, or people are gonna look at you differently or whatever. No, man, we're all human beings, man. We all have our little things,
yeah.
So
Yeah,
right.
no,
nobody's
yeah.
even like when people think the rich people don't have problems or they don't have
Oh,
suffer from PTSD or depression. And that's not true.
Right.
It's not true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have worse
Very
problems
true.
than anybody else, really. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sometimes they have problems I wouldn't want. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
yeah.
But
exactly.
I'll look it up and I will put the suicide prevention phone number in the description of this video. If somebody is struggling, call that number or reach out to someone who is there and can listen to you. You are worth being here, being alive, and being loved. So always remember that. Okay. Now, do you
Right.
guys remember a while back when that story was going around about how the pandas from China were being like taken back from the US and there's this big controversy, right? Like
Yeah.
they're going extinct or something. We talked about that, didn't we? Yeah.
Um,
So,
I think it was brought up a little bit, but not completely, just something quick. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, what would you think? Well, I mean, let me just show you guys the picture and you tell me what you think about this. Is this foul of China to do this or, are they just trying to make a buck? A Chinese zoo was recently slammed by visitors after dying dogs. It's kind of blocked out by the comment. I should have moved that to look
Yeah,
like
no.
panda bears. So these little cuties right here are not panda bears. They are actually chow chows
Chows.
painted
Oh,
to
wow.
look like pandas. And the people at that zoo, they wanted their money back. They said that is not a panda bear, and
Oh, they
I'm going to
passed
need
them
that
Wait,
off
wait
as
money.
a minute.
pandas.
Wait. Yeah, go ahead. Back up. So that they didn't send those to anybody though, but they just have them there, right?
Yeah, it these little cute baby pandas. It's because they were cute and small. They're chow chows
Yeah.
painted, and the
Oh,
people were taking pictures and looking at them long enough to be like, man, that doesn't move like a bear. That doesn't sound
that's
like
a
a
dog.
bear. It's a
Did they
dang
bark? Did
dog,
they bark or something? Like, roo, 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 roo. I was like, hey, what the heck? Like, I mean, it's just, no,
Right?
see, I was a little thrown off. I was
right?
thinking that somebody just had them at the house. Oh, they were passing them off as pandas. Oh, wow, let's,
Yeah,
yeah, man. I don't know. Like, that's, you
that's
You
know,
know,
wild, right?
you know
yeah.
what we're talking about? How we're supposed to get some panda bears from China because they took theirs back, right? And they're supposed to give us some back. I wouldn't trust that situation there, man. Who knows?
Oh,
They could inject them with
It,
something. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but you know
no, I
that
think that we
coronavirus
do.
that came around, and what an easy way to send something over this way.
Eh,
You know,
man, they could
yeah,
put a
man.
recording device in their ears or
who
anything. You
knows?
never know,
Who knows?
Yeah,
right?
so, you know what? But I begged that question out. So these dogs they didn't bark or something, or did they do something to them, or
Well, I
because I
guess
would
they
imagine
did,
at some
and
point they would bark.
they could have even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
It
asking.
did
That's what's kind of
something
weird.
happen to make people aware. Yeah, and they took the
That is a
pictures
trip.
and
Oh,
turned it in. Yeah, but I mean,
mhm.
it is what it is. Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
guess the biggest
That's,
thing is it's out there for the whole world to laugh at and see. And they did look pretty cute, but I mean, if the paint was harmful to them, I wouldn't want them to be painted,
yeah,
right?
you know, yeah, no, yeah, definitely. That's that. See, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm being an animal lover myself. It's
True
like,
racist.
I hope they were
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, that's not cool, man. That's not
Yes,
cool.
I know.
Mm.
Right, Spanx. So, another thing that I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to start incorporating this. I think we talked about it once before. Maybe we weren't live yet, but some crazy things we see for sale on Amazon or whatever. Pandas aren't having sex, so they are slowly going extinct. Well, maybe they
Wow.
should feed them some little blue pills instead of
Right,
painting them.
right.
I don't know
Yeah,
what the
right.
problem is.
Something.
But, but that's true. I
Nothing
mean, they
too
lost
particular.
their drive, their passion, something.
Hey,
Maybe they're
tell him to
depressed.
hit
I
up
don't know.
Lefty Gun. Tell him to hit up Lefty Gunplay for those pills.
Oh no.
No, yeah, I was talking about that.
The pandas and the rhino or what?
The shoes or
You never
whatever. So,
know.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot!
Anything is would be helpful at this point, right? They're painting dogs. Dang. But what about okay, so crazy stuff you've seen on the internet to buy. Have Can you think of anything that you've seen for sale, whether it be, I don't know, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, anything that kind of blew your mind?
I've seen some stuff. Yeah, I've seen. You know what? Around those people that watch like the Marvel movies, the Avengers and stuff, right? I don't know if you guys
Hmm.
are familiar with the Thanos when he had the stones on the gauntlet or whatever. I saw that they were selling
Yeah.
a gauntlet, right? And I looked at it. I'm sorry. What
I
it was? It
know.
was
Go
a
ahead.
dishwashing, a yellow dishwashing rubber glove, and they they just glued some stones on it. And I'm like, really? They were really selling that, and I was like, oh wow. It was, I mean, why would somebody
Wow.
buy that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I seen from somebody like, why,
Yeah.
but I don't
That's
know. Yeah, I've
hilarious
seen some
though.
stuff.
You know what?
I
And you
order
can't
from
fool me more.
Amazon.
Yeah.
I order from Amazon a lot, and I never really seen anything that kind of like odd or anything. But wow, that's a trip,
Mm,
man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've
yeah.
ordered some
There's,
stuff that was kind of like, okay, it looked better online, but it wasn't too far off. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah,
extremely bad. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, But yeah,
yeah.
no, nothing off the top, like all weird.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that documentary out, Jenny. Let me see. I have a picture of one, and I'm gonna start light with what we look at today. But
Mm.
let's see. I found some stuff on accident. I was never searching any of this stuff, by the way.
Uh-huh.
they can. Okay,
Everyone's
Jen.
gonna be like, "Yeah, right, Jen."
Right,
Right? What
It's
kind
okay,
of crap are
Jen.
you looking at? Okay, so just today I was like looking for chocolates. It's getting hot out here. Let's get some new chocolates for everyone. And this
Mhm.
popped up as one of the deals of the day.
What the
This
heck?
is not a joke. So
No,
here we
it's
have
not.
a rated. No, this is a 5-star rated grass sandals, premium quality synthetic grass flip flop sandals with memory foam straps,
Wow.
large US men's sizes 11 through 13, sandal length 12 inches. Why only for the big feet though? Why not for everyone?
Uh,
But
the white
that's a
grass
real
too,
chocolate
though. I mean,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spicy one with the white grass. I was like,
home grass.
And
Yeah,
it's not real grass. It's kind of like plastic or whatever, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
It kind of
yeah.
wow.
I mean, at
Good
first
ice
I
cream
thought,
days.
okay, maybe for maybe for people who can't get outside that want that feeling of walking on fresh grass. But yeah, that didn't really look like soft, luxurious grass, right?
Yeah,
No,
that looks like my
No.
neighbor's grass. It's from the turf. You know how you get the old turf from the
Yes,
thing? They have grass like that.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's crazy. I
no,
see.
definitely.
Yeah.
that's yeah.
I know. I thought it was a joke, but I get sucked into these things, and when I see them, I have to go back and like read the reviews, and people were saying they were great quality. So if
Wow.
you're looking for some grass sandals, you know where to find them.
Wow,
But
that's
that,
yeah. Summer's
uh,
right around the corner, guys. So yeah, some grass sandals. That's the damn thing.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I don't know.
Spank says that's false
I don't know.
advertisement. That's right. That's right,
Oh yeah.
Kosua. There you go. They say grass makes you grow. Okay. big big sandals.
Cool, cool, cool.
Huh. How
Yeah,
funny.
that's
Okay. Let's see. Now, do you have a musical or rap story you can drop on us this week, Fred?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anything? Yeah,
Well,
from the
yeah.
past.
And you know what, guys? I'll just do it like this. When those of you that remember the hold on, where am I going here? The warehouse,
There you go.
right? New
That's
stuff coming. Neil Diamond, you know, all this
right.
stuff, right? All this, the Tupac All Eyes on Me album, double CD. It was
Hmm.
they said All Eyes on Me, 18.99 for 2 CD set, 13.99 for 2 cassettes coming February 13th, right? And then just
Okay.
has all the other stuff that was coming out, right? Gin Blossoms,
Hmm.
Wyona Judd, just a bunch of stuff, the Fugees, Jackson Brown, and so forth. But check this out, guys. By Tupac's
By
latest
two
All Eyes on
Tupac.
Me album, the advertise, I still have it on Tuesday, February 13th. And then it says get a free
Wow.
limited edition bumper sticker or a keychain only at the warehouse.
The
Right.
warehouse.
So I have this
That is
still,
so
right?
cool.
Right. So it said you get a keychain or a bumper sticker, right?
Hmm.
So something like that.
Wow, that's the keychain, huh?
Yeah,
What?
that's the keychain.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That's
So it
that's
has
cool.
just February '96, California Love, and then the bottom it says the warehouse.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That
You wanted to
is.
keep.
I mean, so those are little things, that I kept around. I kept around, and
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, oh man, 'cause I was, you know what, the thing I'll say about the whole Tupac thing and going back to like the Kendrick Lamar and Drake and all that stuff, right? But the thing about the Tupac, when he first came out on Digital Underground, and he had a solo album which was a lot darker than we were used to,
Mhm.
and at the time people were still calling him Tupac. It's like, no, it's Tupac. But I've always been into that, so I always had all the early stuff that he came out on, and so on and so forth. So when I seen this album coming out, yeah, I went and got it the day it came out. I
Okay.
bought it multiple times as well. So yeah, no,
I
yeah, no,
know.
I
That
just wanted to
is
share that
so
with you guys.
interesting.
Hey,
Yeah,
those are cool things to
Yeah.
have. What's his name said? You should get it authenticated, bro, and laminated.
yeah, bro,
Ooh.
yeah, because I've had that just I've taken care of that and have this stuff, and some people, hey, so did you get the bumper sticker? Or what'd you get? The keychain? And I'm like, yeah, man. And they were like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
sorry. They're like, oh, dang, for reals, you have the keychain? I was like, yeah, man, I got the
I would have
keychain.
went with the keychain, I think.
That's definitely
Yeah.
a keeper right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's
So
so
yeah,
cool.
that's only that. Yeah, I have some other stuff I'll share with you guys after. Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
and
Denise wanted
if
to
I,
know
huh?
the
Go
year.
ahead.
If
Oh,
Denise says,
oh,
what year
oh,
was that? Do you,
1996, February 13th,
okay.
1996,
There you go. Right on.
the day before Valentine's Day. So before I
Okay.
went and bought flowers for my girlfriend at the time, I went and bought the CD, Tupac, the Tupac CD first. And I
Smart
told her I have no more
man.
money. I don't got no more money, but I got the album.
Right? Smart man. Thank
Yeah,
you
I
for
was like,
that.
hey, so
Right? That's really
yeah, no,
cool.
yeah. Thank you, Denise.
That's nice,
So yeah,
man.
Yeah. Oh, does it
yeah.
really? Okay. Lamination lowers the value, says Jenny.
I didn't know
Oh, does
that.
it?
Yeah, maybe look
Oh,
into
wow.
it. Laminating
Yeah,
it.
no,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
no,
would
'cause it's
assume
good.
so because you know what? When you laminate it, it becomes part of it. So it's not like they
Um,
can't take it apart and then look at it really to see if it's authentic
authenticate
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
So who
Yeah,
knows? It might
Yeah.
even ruin.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
yeah.
You never
Oh,
know. Do
wow.
you guys ever watch that like Pawn Stars show where they
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
sometimes will
yeah,
call a specialist in to look at the stuff? Yeah.
yeah.
yes. Like sometimes they say, just leave it all a patina, leave it all rusted. That's the way it looks and stuff. Rather than cleaning it up.
Right.
You know what, guys?
Mhm.
I actually went to that pawn shop in Vegas.
Oh,
To
you
that
Did
one,
did?
I
you really?
visited. Yeah, I went there. I went there when I was in Vegas. Was that maybe about during a little bit? I think it was 2021. Um, what? She,
The girlfriend.
yeah, yeah, she was just like a lot of the other ones I met later on. No, I'm kidding, man.
Hey,
What?
were you
So you're
trying
getting
to
me in trouble here, bro. You're getting me in trouble here.
Yeah, you gotta. He's leading you into something. Watch
All
out.
right. Oh man. No, you know what? I went to that pawn shop, and I mean none of the people were there, from the show.
Yeah.
But it was a
Yeah.
lot smaller than it looks on the TV. And then of course,
Uh,
you're automatically gonna buy a souvenir, so they're making their money. But it was pretty
Yeah.
cool to be in there. I took all my kids and stuff, and they were like, "Oh wow," and it was cool. It was cool. It's a cool little spot. It's more of a tourist
yeah.
spot now.
That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I
I'll
know.
show
I
you guys
watched
maybe
that
next time. I'll
show.
show you guys the winner.
I watched that show. It's interesting. It's funny
Yeah,
too.
Mhm.
Cool.
yeah. And I know I want to show you guys the souvenirs. We saw some of the souvenirs and stuff that we got there, like bottle
Yeah.
openers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
I like
It was
watching
cool.
that one, American Pickers. I like that one where they
Oh
go out
yeah,
there
Yes.
yeah.
and just start picking up all these
Yeah.
antique vintage stuff. Yeah,
Oh yeah. I
Right.
went to the last.
that's cool.
Yeah, Cholo's right. I went to the last
The
blockbuster
last.
in
Did you
in
really?
Bend, Oregon. Yeah, I went out there like
Okay.
2 years ago. I was in Oregon, and I was like, oh wow, Blockbuster, and I thought it was just a gimmick, like just a
Yeah.
whatever, like no, it's a fully functioning Blockbuster. Yeah, man, thank you for that, Cholo, man.
Wow.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, it's a fully functioning, the last Blockbuster on earth. It's right there in Bend, Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I have
Isn't
a
that,
video
What
on it,
was
but
it?
isn't that a
the
trip
one
how
up?
time changed? Because before we'd walk in there, get a little video or VHS or whatever, come out,
No,
pay
Yeah.
for
yeah.
it, get some popcorn or
No,
whatever.
people are renting them. People are renting movies, and then they sell souvenirs, and then they have stuff from movies and stuff like the robe from the robe that uh Russell Crowe wore in Cinderella Man, and autographed pictures, and
Really?
celebrities have gone in there too. Yeah, no, it's the last one ever. I was like, oh wow. They
Oh.
even sell you a little Blockbuster membership card. It's more of a souvenir.
Yes. I think I have mine still somewhere. I used to go to
Yeah.
Blockbuster all the time and take the
Oh yeah.
kids and
No, the
yeah,
Blockbuster was a spot.
Right? You
Yeah.
got the little
right?
video card, have the little card you carry
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was all cool with
You know
that.
who tripped me out is Wes Carson. Wes Carson, he collects library cards, man. So if anybody has
Really?
library cards that they don't want, shoot them to him, man, because he collects them. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Wow.
It was a trip.
For real? Like just anybody's
Yeah,
really? Okay.
yeah. He
That's
collects those.
interesting, like different things that people collect, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on
Oh
our
yeah.
live one
That's
time and he
very
showed
cool.
all of his
Okay.
stuff that he collects. Yeah.
Going
Hmm.
back to the Pawn Stars, what always cracks me up about that show though? All the time, it never fails. There's something that's worth. They tell them, okay, it's worth and I'll just speak,
Oh yeah.
randomly. I'll just throw a number. They'll be like, it's $50,000. The best I can do is $800. Like, what the heck? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
the stuff he says. I'm like,
And just
dude, I mean, come on, like,
yeah,
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
meet me halfway
right?
here.
Straight face too. Just like
He
they're
always
like by
throw,
the
and he
time
always
I do
throw,
this, do that.
yeah.
Hey,
Doesn't
do they try
forget
to
he
talk
always
you
throw
down
that.
or what?
He always throws that line like, well, I got to make some money on it. By the time I do this, I'm not gonna make no money. I'm like, dude, come on, bro, you're gonna make
Yeah.
double the amount. You're not gonna sell it for that price. It's like,
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah, they
That's how I
always do that.
know. Yeah, that's how I know that
yeah,
dude had to be a drug dealer at some point because the way he
yeah,
flips it and puts it and breaks it down, chops it up, it's believable.
Right.
By the time he
yeah,
says it all, it's like,
yeah,
oh, okay, it must
yeah.
be.
And the thing about it too, though, I think that when the people go there, sometimes they bank on the vulnerable people that are really in need of some money. You know,
Yeah,
and they that's sad. It's just a business. How they do that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they'll
They
they'll
pay pennies
they'll
over
lowball
dollars.
them, and then you know, yeah, and then they
And when they
resell it
put it
for
back for
triple the price. Either
sale,
way,
they
whichever
mark
way
it
it goes.
up big time. They mark it up big time.
Oh yeah, no, big time.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The
No, that's
resale is
that's
definitely
yeah, that's the thing, man. I'm just like,
right.
yeah,
I
no,
think
I
the
I, I
one
always
where
cracked up at that, man. I always cracked up at that.
yeah. Thank you guys for hanging with us. I think
So,
there's a bit of a lag in the stream, but we are doing our best. So thank you for hanging with
mm,
us. The one I think where he said he was breaking down the cost of things and he was like, oh, it's going to cost me money to store it here. And I'm like thinking, wow, he even broke it down to like the square footage of the building. That was
Right.
crazy.
Come
yeah,
on. No, come on.
like,
That's
dude,
like,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
reaching. That
yeah.
was definitely
yeah,
reaching.
But when
Nope.
it's
yeah,
something that he
no, yeah.
really wants, he'll pay some money for it, but it's really got to be
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
collected.
he will.
He,
He
he, he
will.
liked those, what is that? What is it? The
Hmm.
Americana, not Americana, what is it? Uh, Civil
He's
War
into
stuff, did he?
history. Yeah,
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 he's
yeah,
into
history.
history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
He loved books. He
yeah.
loved books.
Hmm.
He'll
Yeah, he
pay. He'll pay
definitely
it. He'll pay the money for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he really
he'll
wants
pay
it.
it for stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's a
Right.
but
trip
and
how
then
you pick up on
Yeah.
something and it'll be worth a lot of money and you really don't know. I
Hmm.
picked up
yeah,
a jewelry thing from this one estate sale and I got it for $1. But then I was researching and looking, it was Victorian, right? And then on one of the exhibitions for what is it, the Titanic, they had a jewelry
Hmm.
box thing almost just like that, with bevel glass, all
Yeah,
ornate stuff. I was like, wow, what a trip,
Yeah.
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 that's
You know what, guys? You
nice.
gotta be careful
I
stuff
love stuff
with stuff
like
like that, with like jewelry too. Because if you take something like, say,
that.
for
Right.
example, you go, man, this could be expensive. You could take it to a jewelry shop and they'll be like, oh, you know what, it's not worth that much or whatever, just to get you, you can keep it, or you can be whatever. It could be worth a lot of money though. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell
Yeah.
you what it's worth. Sometimes you got to
Right.
be,
That actually,
Yeah.
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 You
yeah,
never
that's
know what
true.
you have.
I had bought a ring. Yeah, I had bought a ring. We used to go, that was like a thing when my grandpa was alive and we were little. He would like put us all in the truck and take us around the weekends to yard sales and like give us all a couple bucks and let us buy something, right? I had
Yeah.
found this ring once and it was beautiful. And I don't remember what it was, but I was a little kid. So, I probably had no more than $5 on me. Well, I brought the ring home and my mom saw it and she was like, let me see that for a minute. And she was looking at it and she's like, this is real. And come to find out, like we had it appraised or something. It was real opals and it was from the Victorian era, just like you had
Yeah.
mentioned, Alex. And I
Yeah.
don't know what happened to it or whatever, but it was worth some money. It was a real
Oh
ring,
yeah.
and
Um,
they
Oh
probably
yeah.
thought it was just costume jewelry.
Yeah. And
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
Even costume jewelry, like I purchased some and I liked the way it looked. And then I researched
Mhm.
it back in the days and it went back to the 30s. But
Yeah,
it was worth money still. I started
Yeah.
researching looking back. Yeah.
right.
Changing the
Yeah,
subject a
you
little
got to
bit, guys.
look at. Hmm.
Changing it up a little bit. One day, because I would work like an hour away from here, from my house. So I'd go and drive the school bus, and so my daughters would ride with me in the bus in the morning, and then in the afternoon as well, and then we'd all get off and jump in my car, and we'd all come home. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm driving home, and I think it was a whatever. I think it was a Friday or whatever, because we always like, one of the beautiful things about that we always did, and this is a little more personal.
Hmm.
We always would sing or scream and just say a bunch of stuff, or we'd stop at the store and buy a bunch of snacks or whatever on Fridays and stuff, and just to kind of celebrate the whole week. So um, we were coming back home, and then my daughter, I looked at my youngest daughter, and she says, "Oh, my friend gave me $1, right?" And I was like, and I looked, and it was $100. It was $100 bill, and I was like, weren't you? What, who? She goes, yeah, my friend gave me this. She gave me the $1, right? And I go, you know what? Give me that. And I got it.
Hmm.
Um, this is after COVID, because when during COVID I had to work at home as a translator. Well, not at home as a translator. I was always a translator, bus driver, all everything under the sun. So
Hmm.
I had the numbers to the parents that were non-English speaking parents. I had their contact. So when I came home, and I know it was like personal time now, but I thought that was, they're not gonna let go of $100. It's like, so
Yeah.
I called the family, because she told me who it was, and I knew who the parents were, and I called them up and said, hey, my daughter had $100 bill, and yada yada yada. He's like, oh yeah, it's because they said it was her birthday. They gave her money, and I'm thinking, why do you give your kids the money to just date? So I did return it to the man, to the family. I wasn't gonna,
Mhm.
do that kind of stuff. I just when we're talking about what things are worth, and to me
Yeah.
that was worth a lot more to be able to give it back
Yeah.
to the family. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
she could have said I lost it, or my daughter could tell her you lost it. It's like there's people that are scandalous like that, and I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
I, I returned it to the
Right.
gentleman. And that, yeah. So not knowing what something's worth, people will take advantage of.
Yeah.
That's my main
Yeah.
point to that.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
That's,
yeah,
that's true. And thank God you recognized what that was. I mean, it wasn't $100, but I mean, on, you know how they have the little sales at school, like send money with your kid. We're having a book fair and they
Oh
can buy
yeah,
little
the book
things.
fair.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, stuff's expensive. And I mean, I
it
had a
is.
20 one day and that was it. So that's what I sent with Ruby. And
Mhm.
I remember this day because it was a really hard week. And well, it was a really
Mhm.
hard month time, And I remember like double thinking like, oh, I really could use this, you know what I mean? Put like
Yeah,
15 in gas at least, but I didn't have time to break it. And I didn't want to break her little heart. So I just, oh, go ahead. So when I
yeah,
picked her up, I remember even thinking like, oh, if she has anything left, I'll just put it in gas. Well, she gets in the car and I'm like, I felt like
yeah.
such a jerk for asking, but I had, it was in a bad spot. I'm like, did you have anything left from the book fair? And she's like, well, there was this little boy and he was so sad, Mom. And he was just crying and crying. And I wanted to cheer him up. So I gave it to him. And I'm like, you gave him a book?
Oh,
She goes, no,
mhm.
I gave it all to him, Mom. And I'm like, trying not to,
Oh,
I wanted to cry.
yeah,
She was
yeah.
so like, aren't you proud of me, Mom? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that was
Um,
nice, honey. But inside, I was like, oh
you know,
man, that little
yeah,
boy, he was like a kindergartner. He was so cute and he was sad, and I just wanted to cheer him up.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that goes
but
back to what we talked about last time about kids. They're so innocent, and everything's so it's
yeah,
simple. Like I said, an inborn reaction to show love to somebody, you know. And as we get older, it's not like that, unfortunately. But yeah,
right.
Hey,
that was sweet
Fred,
though, in a sense.
Fred, do you
So what
Yes.
remember
up?
that show back in the days? I don't know how old you are, but where this guy would be talking to kids, to children. What's that show? And he'll be asking them certain questions, and the answers that you get from some of the kids are just hilarious. I'm trying to think of the name. Maybe I'm older than you guys. Maybe. Uh,
Well, I turned 21. I turned 21 at the end of this month, bro. So, no, uh,
well, no,
Right.
but for
yeah,
real, I can't
yeah,
remember the name. But this one man used to talk to the kids and ask them questions, just off the wall questions, and the stuff that they came out with was hilarious, man. I used to love.
Oh,
really,
I
I
bet.
don't remember that. I don't remember that, to be honest with you, that you talked to the
I'm
kids.
trying to think the
No,
name of it. I can't even come up with it, man.
I,
Any
I
show
bet that
watchers,
was.
man. They
Yeah,
I
would,
let us
will.
know in the comments.
yeah.
No,
It was,
yeah,
it was
I don't
pretty fun.
remember that, bro. You know
Yeah.
what? But I will tell you this, and this is probably going to show my age a little bit. I bought, um, I bought a I Dream of Genie bottle, the
Okay.
actual bottle, right? But it's not a, but this one's not a bottle. I should get it. It's a thing. But so when I got it, I thought like, oh, it's a bottle. But
Uh-huh.
it's actual. It's not really a bottle. I mean, it's the genie bottle and it's painted and everything, but it's a mold. It's an actual mold. It's not.
Ooh,
So it's not. You can't take the top off or nothing. It's just it looks nice.
Yeah.
But um, what I found out after researching it, because it's kind of small. But when I
okay.
found out researching it, that the one they used for the show was an actual Jim Beam bottle. Jim Beam came out with in 1964. They came out with the limited edition bottle, and one of the producers
Mhm.
bought a whole bunch of them, and they painted them, and that's what they used for the show. So I found
Really?
one for a very cheap price.
Oh,
That was still around and in good condition, and yeah, I bought it, man. I bought it, but it's not painted. It's an actual, just the regular. It's like a dark
Yeah.
green bottle, but it's a genie
Oh,
bottle. It's the
that's
actual
cool.
one that they use. Well, they didn't use that one in particular, but it's the one they used for
Okay.
the show. Yeah,
You're
yeah. I
gonna
should,
have
I
to
should
show that
actually
to
share that.
us
No,
one of these
yeah, yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
It-
That
it's just, I
that's
was
really
hoping they came with
cool.
a genie, but it just.
you tried, huh? You tried.
Hey,
Hey, I can be
right?
Major Nelson. Hey,
Right. Oh,
but
is
no,
this
yeah,
the
I
name?
thought that was cool.
Hey,
That
Joe
is
wants
cool.
diamonds too, huh?
No,
Uh,
right?
is that the guy right there, the name you're looking for, Ross? Michael Young?
Michael
Michael
Young.
Young?
Was that the show?
No, it wasn't Michael.
Or was
It's
that?
way back. You know, it was back in the 70s, I think, if I'm correct.
Oh, maybe
Back
I'm
in the
not.
70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
I would have beaten the $20.
Oh, right. I was heard that
Yeah, right.
today. Hurt my heart. But it was sweet
Hey,
at the same time,
and you know what? He would have, man. And you know what? He would
Yeah.
have because he's a champ. You know, he's got some power behind him. You know,
I think the whole drive
Oh, man.
home, my lip was quivering a little bit. You know, I was a little heartbroken
Oh,
and a little
shoot.
proud of her at the same time.
Oh wow!
So you guys, are pretty much like movie buffs. You know Steven Seagal, right? You know who he is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The movie star.
Yeah.
Have you seen him lately? You have?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because
He probably looks like plastic surgery. Yeah.
If
yeah, he's gotten
if
huge.
you guys, and if you are not investing in Just for Men, you better, because this guy is buying up the whole aisle. Let me show a picture of him. First of all, let me just read this so you have some context as to
Time for a commercial.
The only
right
reason
now.
I saw this picture of him right, like about an hour ago, this popped up.
Thank you, Just for Men.
I said, you know what?
Hey, I use it for my eyebrows. I'm not hating, so.
I used to tease a friend of mine like that. I used to tease my friend and tell him, "Hey, you can't use that stuff, bro." And he'd be like, "Why not?" I go, "Because it says so on the box."
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh. So let me read this real quick before I put the picture up. I guess this had to do with President Putin of Russia. I guess he's a huge fan of Putin.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So it says Putin began his 5th term in office at the glittering Kremlin inauguration Tuesday, embarking on another 6 years as leader of Russia after destroying political opponents, launching a devastating, I won't read the last part of it because we'll get in trouble. But anyways, I guess Putin won again. And Steven Seagal showed up in attendance to support and was there cheering him on. So I had to get this little picture, and I was just in awe at his hairline, and he looks like Master Chief.
I don't know if that's
you see, and there's
Jim. I don't think that's
Putin in his heart right there.
I don't think that's just for men. I think that's a wig.
Yeah.
You got the mean thing going on from Flash Gordon right there.
I think it's some Sharpie and like a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
too much Botox, like Jenny Salvi said also.
Yeah, man, he's gotten huge, man. But it looks more like a wig, like just a bad wig that he has on. I don't know, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had something there. He gained a lot of weight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
What shocked me is that, because certain celebrities will be like in awe or enamored of someone that, maybe our country doesn't look too kindly on. Like, remember when what was his name? The basketball player, Rodney. The one that was
Dennis Rodman.
He would dress in one.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman. There you go.
Yeah.
So he's like BFFs with Kim Jong-un. Like,
yeah.
Kim Jong-un. Yeah. So he goes over there and like kicks it with him and does whatever they do. I can't imagine the two of them playing basketball, but maybe they do. And it's crazy to think that, it gets by, but okay, there you go. Is that the name of the show house that you were talking about? I think that's
it. Kids say the darndest things. Okay. I think that was a knockoff of a remake of that one, but I can't remember the name. Yeah, I think that's the one.
That's
one of them.
Cool.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, I guess like those two were a thing. I guess that's, and I don't know.
It's just
interesting thing.
Man,
his
that
hairline.
Dennis. Excuse me. Oh, No,
Yeah.
I seen Dennis Rodman go out there a lot, man. He was going out there quite a bit. I was like, what the heck? Like,
Right.
yeah, no, he was just,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Remember, I mean, talking about movies, remember that movie that came out with the comedians and they made it sort of like mocking the friendship and relationship
Oh,
of Kim Jong
the
Un and
interview,
Dennis Rodman. The
the interview,
interview, and it was
yeah, the
banned
interview,
in
yeah,
all,
yeah,
obviously North Korea is not letting them see, but that movie was even shut down like kind of globally, I think, for a period of time because
yeah.
the little guy in North Korea took it so personally
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
it
Wow.
became like, international, I don't know.
What's
And if
his
you guys
name?
haven't seen
Rocket
that movie,
Rocket
Man.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Rocket
that's
Man.
probably his
Yeah,
favorite. This
yeah, that
for
was a good
real.
one too, man. That was a good
Rocket
one
Man.
too. The
Yeah.
Rocket Man. They painted his hair. It was like his head. I was like, dude.
Yes, that had to be
Yeah,
painted for sure. It was like a sharp,
yeah.
sharp, sharp hair.
What happened?
What happened? Where'd you go? How?
Hey,
That's the little to the left.
Oh, mention
hey,
mention
Oh
a little
man,
bit of
bro.
politics, and look what happens.
Uh, oh man, you made him go away, man.
Here comes
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman,
yeah, the
aka
worm.
the Worm. That's right. They
Yeah,
did call him
turn it
that.
yeah.
off.
Chris.
Now it disconnected me.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Let's see.
nah,
Hey, how? You
nah,
there?
it's a trip, man.
That's
Okay,
That's
crazy.
like,
Have you guys both
wow.
seen that movie?
which one?
Let's
The
see.
the interview. You
Here
saw the movie, right?
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah,
we
I've
go.
watched it. Yeah,
Kids are
uh,
people too. Yeah, that one too.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see.
I saw one time on it was one of those late night shows. I don't know if it was Jay Leno or yeah, I believe it was Jay Leno. No. Yeah, it might have been Jay Leno.
Mhm.
Hey, can you
And they
see
were
me?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Did you
you're
see?
good.
Was I gone for a few seconds or what?
No,
You were. It
you were
was like
on.
the lights went out or something, but we could
Yeah,
see
No,
like
you were on
where
the
it
whole
went.
time.
no, because
Yeah.
it's a long story, man. But I'm here.
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, "Hello, can you see me?" I'm like, hey.
What the
no,
hell?
they were walking around with the lookalike of that guy from Korea, and he was walking
Uh,
around, and he looked just like him. And people were like, "Hey," shaking his hand, and they were like cool and everything. It was like, but yeah, they were walking around with him all over town in downtown LA. I think on Hollywood Boulevard or something. Yeah, they were walking around with him, and nobody, everybody's just like whatever. It was kind of weird to me though to
really?
see that. It's just. I
Yeah.
mean,
You
he
know
could
what?
have gotten hurt if somebody was really upset. But yeah, but
You
it
Yeah.
was
know,
Jay Leno or
I
nothing.
just want to say
Or
this. You know,
the
I want
owner.
to say that as you age, you still try to take care of yourself. You still try to look as young as you possibly can. But what
Yeah,
Steven Seagal is doing is overdoing it. I mean, because look,
yeah,
man, my hair's gone, but I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
That
I'm
yeah,
not
looks
gonna,
yeah,
nice.
I'm not gonna
And
spray
it
yeah,
paint.
that's what yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
I'm not
trips
gonna
me
spray
out
paint.
with guys. Like you guys look like it's so I don't know, for whatever reason on men it's like it's a bald head or gray hair is like very distinguished, nice looking. So whatever he's doing is like Hollywood. I don't know. That's something else.
yeah.
See?
I don't know.
Check it
Yeah,
out.
it's got to be
The hair
Hollywood.
is
Because
going.
it looked
Yeah.
like he took some felt and just put it on his hair, cut it like that. Just you know,
Yeah, no, it looked like a
Yeah.
wig.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It looked like a wig.
Yeah. And no hate, like if that's his thing, whatever, but it did look a bit drastic. It was a little
Yeah,
jarring to
yeah.
Or
see.
like when you see you guys
Go
ever see
through
Fat Joe too though? At first he had the beard. It was like weird. Like it was a little
Yeah.
too much. It wasn't subtle. It was
I
just like
forget what that's
way
called,
dull.
but it is, yeah, it is something that is used in a lot of men's barbershops on the East Coast for
Yeah,
what do they call it? Beijing or something like that. I've heard of it. It's
yeah.
yeah, it's used to
I
like
don't
fill in
my
the
well haircuts are like $50 now for a
yeah.
regular haircut. My son went.
Thank you,
Um,
man. I don't have to even deal with
no,
that.
Hank,
Hey,
Right?
I'll
no, my
save
son.
that money.
my son's 21, and he went and got a haircut. And then I was like, why is it like weird right there? He goes, oh, he just sprayed enhancements. Like they sprayed like with the airbrush, like sprayed black around him. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's weird. He goes, I'm gonna take a shower right now. He got it all off, but it looked weird,
Yeah.
It looked weird. That's what they do now.
That's a
I don't
I
know.
good.
think some of that is like the pretty boy kind of like thing. How like even when they do their beard and they fill it in, with some lines
Oh
and
yeah.
some, but not, that's going
Yeah.
overboard.
Hey, but you know what? Some of them really are actual paint. It's like
Yeah.
literally painted on with like a hairline and everything. It's actual paint. You
Mhm.
you could see it like it's paint. I'm
Mhm.
like, wow, that's weird. That's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Lefty, it's good to see you. Yeah, my I don't know where you take your son, if you always take him to the same spot or not, but my compa has a shop in Salinas, and he doesn't do all that, but he's good at, like, he can shave like detailed art into the hairline and
Okay.
numbers, and he's really good if you ever want to take
Okay.
your
No,
son.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, he kind of goes on his own too, but I mean, yeah, I would take him before. I used to go over
Yeah.
to in Salinas. They were really good to JT's.
That's my
JT's and
compa.
Salinas over there.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know him. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, it's a small world.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
sorry. Yeah. JT's, man,
Shout out to
they do
Harvard.
real,
Yeah.
real good. Oh wow, small
Mm-hmm.
world. I
Good
used to
people.
go. I was in there a few times.
I figured,
Yeah,
yeah, I figured you knew, yeah, you knew who he was too, but
yeah.
yeah, he's
No,
a
yeah.
very good at what he does. Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah,
most
definitely. Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
right. I didn't know. I just threw it out there. Oh, yeah, I know somebody in Salinas that does real good. Yeah, right there.
Small
You know
Mm-hmm.
world.
what?
Yep, right
Small world.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
It is, right? It is a small
Oh,
world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We are on the 1 hour 30-minute mark. Let's start wrapping it up and seeing what do you have going on this next week? House, anything new, exciting,
I'm
or
going back on my morning glory tomorrow. We'll see you on tomorrow morning glory.
okay?
Then
You
I'm
guys
going to
check
get
in?
back with the other people for the Saturday thing because I'm going to get back on track to doing that and stuff. Get back on track.
Nice.
Yeah, I just been so was busy with all the wedding and all the other stuff, and
Oh,
and
yeah.
go from there. Yeah. Other than
Yeah.
that, that's
Right.
about
I
it.
bet.
I'm gonna be got this side job that I'm gonna be doing. We're doing some painting again and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
on. That's a good thing.
nice.
Most definitely. That's a good thing. What about you,
Mm.
Fred? What do you have going on this next week?
Well, this next week, tomorrow I got more appointments, so I'm gonna go to that. But then this weekend I'm gonna go on a 5K walk. But no, I'm
Nice.
kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where's this at? I don't
No,
know.
no. Yeah, everybody's like, oh wow, good for you. I'm like,
Got
oh
me.
Hey,
no.
listen, you've
I
been
was
No,
hanging
thinking,
on the Trollo trucker a lot, man.
I know, right? Like, I wish I could if I was, if I wasn't banged up over here. But
right.
no, but no, I'm gonna spend time with my son. Was talking about barbecuing this weekend or doing
That's
something, to just kind of chill and watch. I
Mhm.
don't know. I think a fight or I don't know whatever he's gonna have going on. He's got his buddies
Okay.
coming over and stuff like that. So yeah, no, yeah.
Nice.
So really, that's about it. Really, I'm a kind of low profile kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm not out there too much. I don't put myself out there too much at all.
yeah.
But if I
Hey,
go
Yeah.
out, I go out. But,
whatever makes you happy, bro. That's it.
yeah,
About life,
no, yeah. Well, I'm not
everybody's
exactly
different.
a homebody. I
Yeah,
just don't, when I go places, I don't put stuff on social media all the time. So
yeah.
people go, don't you go anywhere? I go, yeah, I do. Well, how come you don't put it on Facebook or how come you don't put it on Instagram? Because I don't.
That's
I've got to
smart,
Great
though.
America a couple of
You
times.
know?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I go out and whatever, but I don't. Yeah, not everything on social media. Or even if I
Yeah.
do, I'll post it like a week later, and they're like, "Oh, hey, like I thought you were at." Oh, no, that was last week. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I don't.
That's
You
something
know,
I
I
would
just,
Yeah.
do. Hey,
yeah,
that's
you
something
know
I
what I
would
mean. It's just,
Yeah.
you never know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean. You never know, man. There's some weirdos out there, man. Like it's just kind of.
Right.
But yeah, I'm kind of
For real.
private about
You
stuff.
should definitely touch on that on one of the episodes because that's actually smart. Like, not saying any of us think we're big time this, that, or the other, but sometimes it is something we should take into consideration of what we post and the timing of when we post it because you never
Yeah.
know who's out there,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I
Especially
mean,
with my. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jen. Go ahead.
with your, I'm pretty much like, I'm a homebody. I don't really do a whole lot, but when I do, I don't post everything. So I hear what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with my children too, though. You know what I mean? With my girls and
Sure.
my son and stuff. I don't really
Yeah.
I don't post too much. You know what I mean? It's always
Right.
my time is quality time. It's always been quality time with my
Mhm.
family and everybody
Mhm.
else. It's like it's not about that I got anything to prove to anybody else. It's make sure
No,
it's
no,
quality
yeah.
time with the family. And then that's
Yeah.
it. And yeah, we take a couple of pictures, but not everything gets posted. And like I said, it'll be a week or
That's
it'll
right.
be on later on that night and when I'm already home. It's not,
Yeah.
I don't do all that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
was gonna
yeah,
post make a little movie and videos of the wedding and all these other stuff, but I say okay, I'm gonna do it, and I never get around to it because I'm doing other things. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel you, man. The same way. But
No, yeah,
You
definitely,
stay busy
definitely.
though. That's
yeah,
cool. You're always doing
yeah,
something with your either tattooing, you're helping neighbors, your church, kids, grandkids. So
yeah.
that's super inspiring. And I'm just glad to be here with everyone. Thanks for tapping in, everyone. Hey, Cheeks, did you have a birthday recently, Cheeks? Did I see that the other day? If you
Yeah.
did,
And
happy
happy
birthday
birthday to
to
Chief.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Happy birthday to
tomorrow.
Cheeks. Much love.
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
Right
yeah,
on. So let's see. Thank you for tapping in, you guys. Yeah, let Floyd know he's got that
I
coming
think
his
Brenda
way.
did. Brenda said made a
Okay.
comment earlier. She texted him.
Yes.
Yeah,
And shout out to Kultura for doing that. That's super cool of you, and we appreciate you. And let's shout out some of the people in the chat here,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you,
Yeah.
amiga, Cholo Trucker, Vanessa.
yeah.
We got Cheeks.
Mark that was here earlier.
We had Raider
Mark.
Rich, Denise, Jenny Salby, Joel. Wow, hey, thank you for showing up, Lefty. Yeah,
And my
Brenda,
people.
Love popped in. Thank you guys, man. We appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cholo. Yeah.
And
Sister Denise, we praying for you.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
gift off.
Yes, yes.
Give well, Denise.
good to see
Yeah.
you, Denise. Good to see
Right.
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
praying for you. We will be back next week, same time, same place, all new topics. If you guys have anything you want us to touch on, tap on, drop it in the comment section and let us know. We'll cover that. But until next week, much love. Thank you to my
God bless you
co-host and
guys. Have a blessed
anybody
week.
that,
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
friends.
you.
yes,
God bless you,
you
Hey,
brother.
good
guys.
seeing you guys. Take care.
Thank you guys
God
for
bless
the
you.
support.
Yeah.
See you guys